Hello, in this video I will show you how Xlookup works. Xlookup is the latest version of Vlookup and HLOOKUP functions in Excel. There may be more in future, but we will talk about them when they come out. For now, we will just look at Xlookup function, and we will also look at how it is a little bit different from previous versions of lookup function. So let's look at it, how it works. So let's say we want to find some information about this company, Digital & Co. For example, where this company is located, which city, which country, and what amount there is related to this particular row. Okay, so we want to find out these values or one of these values using Xlookup function. So what you do is, as always, you start with equal sign, then you press Xlookup function, press tab to complete it, or you can just type it out. Now the first thing you need to do is you need to provide it Xlookup value. The difference, this is the first difference between Xlookup and Vlookup. If we were using a Vlookup function, we would have at this point selected something from here, anything like that. For example, in this case, because we are looking for going to need some information with this about this company, so I would have selected this here. But in Xlookup, that's not how it works. Okay, so in Xlookup, what happens is, first of all, you need that value somewhere. Let's say I'll just put it here. Okay, you just have that value. Okay, it's just copy and paste. I have done nothing else. So you need a value outside the range, outside that your data set. Then you can type your formula. So Xlookup, yes. At this point, we are not going to select value from this table here, but instead we will say, okay, this is the value we need information about. Okay, and then we press comma. Now it is asking for lookup array. Lookup array is something, just a data range. For example, we are asking Excel or Xlookup function that go to certain data range and look for this value in that range. Okay, and if you find it, then give us the result that we need. So we have selected the value. Now we need to select the range where Xlookup will go and look for this value in that range. So we know it's a name of the company. So, and then all the name of the companies are listed here on the left side column. So I will select that whole column here like that. Okay, and now I will press comma once again. Okay, and now it is asking for return array. This is basically simply asking what do you want to return from with regards to this company name here. So it is again another range that we need to give. So at this point, let's say if we want to find out where this Digital & Co company is, where this company is located, so we know, or more specifically, which country it is located in. So what I will do is, I know the countries are located in this third column here. So I will give this range here like that, and that is it. Okay, there's nothing else needs to be done. Now I'm just gonna hit return or enter on my keyboard, and let's see what happens. There you go, we got USA. So Digital & Co is located in USA. That's it. That's how simple Xlookup is. It is different from Vlookup. Let's see how Vlookup function works now. Okay, so remember, for Vlookup function I will not need this value. I will just type, let's give it a name here just to make it easy, Xlookup, and now we will use Vlookup to get the same result, and then we will see the difference. Okay, so first of all, like I said, I don't need this value copied here. Okay, so I can directly start typing my formula. Although it sounds more simple, but you will see how it is less flexible than Xlookup. So let's see equal sign VLOOKUP tab. So the first thing is asking for the value, okay, just like we did here in Xlookup. So lookup value. The difference is we copied that value out here, and now we, instead of doing that, we will directly click on that value here. So let's digital and co and comma. Now again it's asking for the range table array where this it should find this value. So we will give it the range, okay, like that, and then press comma again. And now it is asking that the value, the return result, the country, for example, in this case, we want to know where this country is, right? So now it is asking the country column number. Specifically, we need to provide the country column number in where the countries are. So country column number is 1. You literally need to count columns 1, 2, 3. Column number 3 is in is where the countries are listed. You have to be careful. These column numbers are different from these A, B, C, D, etc. here. You don't worry about them. Whatever the alphabet here is on top, you don't need to worry about that. Just count the column number where your listed data is. So in this case, it's the third column from the left. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So in this column index number value, I will press 3 because it's the third column which has countries listed. So like that, and then I need to press enter, give it one more value. So press comma, and here it's asking for what kind of match we need to give it. This is something, again, if you don't know how VLOOKUP function works, you can watch my first video with regards to VLOOKUP. That where you can learn VLOOKUP in 5 minutes, and it will make sense. But we need to give it one more value here, which is by default always false. So I'll just select false, and now it's complete. Now I'll just hit enter and see. Let's see what happens. There you go, USA. Okay, so Xlookup, we for this company we found USA. For VLOOKUP, for the same company, we know this is the same company because you see this highlighted here, Digital and Co. is, and we got the same country. So now what the differences between the two? Well, there are a few differences. One of the differences that we have seen that in Xlookup we need to have value outside the data range, and then we just do it and we just run search on it. Why it is like this? Because it's more flexible for function to perform. With VLOOKUP it is fine, but it is less flexible. We still need it at some in some situations, but Xlookup is probably clearly a winner here. There are other differences as well. For example, in Xlookup, if you look closely, you have one comma second value comma third value, yeah. And in VLOOKUP, if you look closely, again, 1 comma second value comma third value comma fourth value. So in Xlookup we need to provide 3 values or 3 commands, if you like, whereas in VLOOKUP we need to provide 4 values, okay, or 4 commands. So Xlookup not only is just more flexible, but it even uses one less command there. So that's how it is more powerful than and more easier than VLOOKUP. There are more differences here for that we need to see. For example, Xlookup can look for data from in any direction. Basically, it can look for data on the right side, or it can look for data on the left side, okay, or in the data set. But VLOOKUP can only look from left to right, okay. VLOOKUP that will not say, if you want to find something from here and then find something, for example, if you want to find India, and then if you want to find a value on the left hand side, VLOOKUP will not work, but Xlookup will. So that's another difference. So Xlookup uses less commands and it is more flexible. Okay, and another thing is that with VLOOKUP, at one point you can only use one single result returned from it. So just like either country or anything from other column that you want. But XLOOKUP, you can use more values than that. You can return, you can get more results from that. So we'll just have a look. We'll just look at it, how it works. So we come back to our formula, and I'm just going to make little change to this. In fact, let me just create a new formula here to keep it simple. So let's say we again we want to use this value as an example, and we want to know more information about this value that we have in our data set. So I'll type the formula Xlookup tab, and we select first, this is the value we want more information about. So we have selected that, and then we select, we enter comma, and then we select where to find this value, the range. Okay, we have selected that range because we know it's a company name, and it will be found in here in the company name, in the name columns. And then we select the range, the return range, and that we basically which column it needs to look at and find the relevant value. And before that, we just had selected here the country column. You remember that? Just a country column, and we got USA, which is correct. But now we want more than one value, but all about this company alone. Okay, so before we only selected one column, now we can select, let's say, all three columns, right? And just press enter. There you go. So with one formula, you have three values here. Okay, this is again Xlookup's function that you cannot get this functionality with VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP will only give you one result at a time, but Xlookup will give you all the other information from all other columns as well with just one command. So that's another great, actually powerful difference in Xlookup. So it takes less commands to function. It is more flexible. It can go in from right to left or left to right. It can give you more than one results with just one function. So it is very much powerful, and it is a good function to learn. And now we know how to use Xlookup, and we have also seen some differences between Xlookup and VLOOKUP. Xlookup is only available in Office 365. Okay, it's not available in other versions of Excel. And so if you are not on Office 365, you will not be able to use this function at all. And this is I think this is enough. You understand. Hopefully you will get it. You will understand how, and you will see how useful, how much more useful Xlookup can be than VLOOKUP. But again, VLOOKUP is still in Excel and HLOOKUP, and they have their uses as well. But it is good that if you are going to learn, then do learn Xlookup and see how useful, easy, and much better it is than VLOOKUP. I hope you liked it. More importantly, I hope you understood how to use Xlookup. If you want to still learn VLOOKUP, which you should, you can watch my other video. I will leave the link in that video as well in the description, and you can learn VLOOKUP. Although I have shown you in this video as well how we use VLOOKUP here, but if you want a little bit more additional information, you can watch my other video. It's not long. It's also within 5 minutes you can learn the function how to use VLOOKUP. So again, thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, well, if you understood it, more importantly, then good thing. And I hope you liked the video. And see you in the next video. Thank you very much.